Ladies and gentlemen, coming on April 11th, I will be running a PvP tournament. It will most likely be a 2v2 or a 3v3, depending on how many people are wanting to show. And it'll probably last for about 4 hours in the afternoon of the 11th. Details are still being finalized and everything like that. If you want to show your support or join the event, I will show you how to do that in just a second. I'm also working with some people from the Japanese Unison League team, or not the team, but like the community, to get it streamed and unite the Japanese and global audience, because I want to run a similar PvP in Japanese Unison League. So it will be a tournament. More details will be finalized in the days to come. But I wanted to announce this, and I wanted to hop over to both Discord and to X, because I'm going to be running some polls over on X, and I'm going to be doing official announcements, and we're probably going to end up holding the tournament and helping like organize everyone in the Discord server. So let's hop over. Alrighty, so over on X, I will be announcing some things. For example, I put up a poll. There's going to be 3 different options for allowing unisons. Unis have historically been banned in my PvP tournaments, but the meta is kind of broken. So I figured I would change things up. And so you have 3 different options, and I'll continue to run polls and different events over here. So keep posted on that. I've also finally made a Discord server, and so you guys will be able to join. I'll put a link in the description. It'll also be on my X account, and I'll end up posting the finalized rules over there. I'll also be doing things like secondary announcements, and this will be where you will sign up. Because this will be the first time that I've run the event as a community. I used to run these events as part of my alliance. Things will be a little bit different. You're more than welcome to join as an individual. You're also more than welcome to join as a party, a group of 2 or a group of 3, and we'll end up getting to more details as soon as I find out how many people are wanting to join and how much interaction we're going to have with people. Most of the time, I end up running this as an event, and it with like, you know, around 16 teams, and we generally it generally takes about 4 hours. But let me hop back over to Unison League. Alrighty, back over in Unison League. I wanted to go over some basic rules and most likely finalized rules based on historically what I've done for the PvP tournaments. So the first rule is going to be that you won't. There's not going to be any bans on specifically classes. Historically, I've done bans on classes because things like Soldier and Zerkers were way too powerful for some time. But I figured that now that every single class can kill equally, there's not really much of a point in banning any classes. So I'm going to go with no bans on classes, but you won't be able to use any abilities that naturally pierce. So for example, this is not the place. So for example, this one right here penetrates, damage reduction, and damage reflection. Out of the question. So anything that says penetrates, for example, another one would be on the opposite side, would be Glistening Edge, which penetrates nullification and invulnerability. So you won't be able to use these. However, you will still be able to use these procs that the procs that penetrate, and you'll also be able to end up using the mandate procs as well that also penetrate. So procs that penetrate are fine. Classes or abilities that penetrate will not be fine. Now, I talked about historically how unisons were disallowed. The main reasons why unisons were disallowed were because unisons just weren't fun, and we wanted to run like an actual traditional PvP tournament. But now with the meta being so jank, where there's basically no way to prevent people from instantly killing you, we have decided, or I have decided, that I'm going to allow unis, and we're going to decide how many unis each team will be allowed and in what manner they will be allowed. I also wanted to go over how you win a round. It will be a single round match, so each player or each team will be able to join. It'll be like a Coliseum match. We'll go to duel rooms and do the whole thing over here. And essentially what's going to end up happening is the points at the top aren't going to be irrelevant. So classes like rooks that build tons of points for the enemy team if you get attacked a lot, those aren't going to be losing strategies here. The only thing that matters is how many rounds you win. So for example, there are 3 rounds. You need to win 2 of them. That means that you need to kill all of your enemies 2 rounds in a row. Or, like not consecutively, but you just need to win 2 out of the 3 rounds. Now, in the case of a tied match, so for example, if for whatever reason a team is unable to kill another team and vice versa, and the round times out such that it would be considered a tie, even if it's unequal. So for example, if there's 3 people left on one team and 1 person left on the other team, they would still be considered a tie. Now, in that case, if both teams tied overall, so for example, one team won once, one team won once, and then there was 1 tied round, then the point at the top would decide the winner. That's the only case in which points would decide anything. Now, as far as the rest of the rules and how else we'll be running it, generally speaking, there have been no bans on any weapon abilities. Nothing like this, as long as they do not break the previous rules. So for example, no penetration weapon abilities. And that is pretty much all of the rules that we've kind of set in place so far. I hope to bring you some more information. And as far as who and what exactly is gonna be getting first place and what the rewards are for that, currently there are no prizes besides bragging rights, but that is subject to change depending on if we get people who are willing to sponsor rewards, or if a team wants to sponsor rewards. We'll have to determine that at a future time. I'm in the talks with people, but nobody has said anything definitively. So right now it's just bragging rights, but it's going to be a fun event. So don't think about it like I have to win. It's mostly just like show up, hang out, play some Unison League, and connect with hopefully not just the global community, but also some Japanese Unison League players. We all enjoy this game, so just hanging out together will be fun. Again, that'll be the April the 11th, and more details will come out on the Discord and on the on my X account. So hop over to those places for some additional information, and I will catch you guys later. Be kind to each other on the Discord. And yeah, see you guys later.